Another really useful facility in MicroStation is called data cleanup. Occasionally, duplicate elements, overlaps, and gaps will occur in your design files. These errors usually arise from editing operations, but can also be caused by sloppy drawing procedures. Not that I would expect you to participate in sloppy drawing procedures. The problem is that these errors make the file size larger, and more specifically, they make editing much more difficult. It's also hard to find errors in large design files. But the data cleanup facility makes it very easy to find and correct errors. Let me show you a very small example of how it works. I'm going to place a rectangle on the screen, and I'm going to make several copies of this rectangle. Copy. But note that I'm making copies on top of copies. That was 4 copies. I know there's 4 copies because I can drag them away from each other, and you'll see the various copies in place. I'm going to undo those back to where they were, and I'm going to draw another rectangle, much the same. Going to make a copy of it too, but this time I'm going to copy from here to here. So now we have overlapping duplicates, and we have overlapping edges here and here. So these are duplicates, these are overlapping. Let's see if data cleanup can catch those. So, utilities and data cleanup. Several tabs. General tab collates all the information from the other 3 tabs. Let's look at duplicates first. You can find duplicates of these element types, and you can choose what action you want to take. I want to select the duplicates. Overlaps. I'm going to flag them rather than select them. And again, these are the types of elements that you can check for overlaps. You can specify a particular symbology for the flag. In this case, I'm just going to use color 2 and weight 2. And gaps, I don't have any gaps, so I'll leave that off for the moment. So action is none. But again, you can select the flag symbology if you want to flag them. Go back to the General tab. Just double check the actions. We're going to select duplicates. We're going to flag overlaps, and gaps we're not going to look for at all. Click on Apply, and let's see what's happened. Well, if we look carefully, we'll see that we have overlaps in green here and here, which is quite correct. But interestingly, we have overlaps supposedly too on the copies. Well, technically that's true. Those copies are overlapping each other, but they show in green rather than in the standard highlight color. Well, you can change that a little bit. Go back to overlaps. I'm going to change this to 0, and we'll apply again. Now we can see the standard default selection color versus the green overlap color. We can still see green here, but it's less obvious because I've changed the weight of the line. So you need to be a little careful as to how you set the symbologies. Knowing this information now, I can go ahead and edit as necessary. And clearly in this case, I would pull these apart to see precisely how many of these I have and edit them as I go. And this I would deal with in the same way. Now I use this facility quite a lot. It's especially useful in my students' drawings where they tend to make lots of mistakes. So this facility allows me to catch those with great ease. So please practice. As I say, this is a really useful facility.